Are you tired of those unwanted aspects in your photos? Want to get rid of those annoying things in your images? Well, look no further, because the Montagical Labs have formulated a solution for you. First, we have to ditch this lame, overused, and cliche commercial announcer voice. And second of all, what we're going to want to do is open up Adobe Photoshop CS4. And unfortunately, I don't have an example for you today because the stupidity in me got the better of me, and I deleted it before I started the tutorial, so I'm sorry folks, but I promise it'll be pretty awesome. So what we're going to want to do is open up our image, what we're going to be working on today. I just found this cityscape landscape thing on Google Images, and what we're going to be focusing on is deleting this stone thing, deleting this yellow thing, this car, and this boat, I believe it is. So, let's just start it right now. Well, first I'm going to press Control J, and that's going to create a separate layer, so if we mess up, or that's going to create a duplicate layer, excuse me. So if we mess up, we can always go back to the original thing. So we're just going to be working on our layer 1 here. And, okay. So what we're going to be working on first is just deleting this stone with the patch tool, or J on your keyboard. And it's really simple, this is really easy to do. What we're going to do is just go over the thing and it's the shadow of it in the water, and we're just going to drag it to a clean part of the image. I did this on my removing acne tutorial too, I believe, with my friend Patrick's face, and it's the same principle basically. So once you've dragged it to a part in the image that you want and it looks clean, just press Control D and to deselect it, and as you can see, it looks perfect, like nothing was ever there. So we're going to do the same thing on this yellow deal. I don't even know what it is, but probably some marker in the water. And just go over it again, and you can move it to the part of the image like where the color is, like the shadow, or you can move it in here. Either way, Photoshop's going to adjust it so it blends in with the surrounding stuff in it. So Control D to deselect it again, and if there's any rogue stuff in it, you can just patch that out too. Now what we're going to do is, for this car, what we're going to do is the same idea, and if we don't like the result, we're going to move on to the, ooh, that's bad. What we're going to do is move on to the spot healing tool if we don't like the result of what it is, or how it comes out. So we're just going to go over that and drag it to a part of this grassy area. See, if you drag it over here where the background's really smooth and all, it's going to blend it, and it's going to make it very smooth and blurry, which contrasts the grass and the rough texture of this. So you don't want to do that. What you want to do is just drag it over to the grass, and as you can see, it gives it a rough texture, and it tries to blend it as best it can with the stuff around it. But as you can see, it does its best. I mean, obviously it does, but sometimes that's not good enough for you. So what you're going to want to do is go to the spot healing brush, and this is a really easy tool to use. You just go over whatever you think looks wrong about it, and you can just blend it in as best you can. For me, I liked how it looked without the spot healing brush, because if you go from here to here, obviously it looks like it's going to be chopped, but someone who hasn't seen the photo before is going to be like, oh, well, I know, you know, it looks perfectly normal to me, you know, that is spaccioni, linguini, fettuccine bikini, you know? So, what we're going to do lastly is try to remove this boat. Sorry, I seem to be stumbling on my words today. For what we're going to do here is go to our healing brush tool, not the spot healing brush, but the healing brush tool. And this is a nice tool to use if you want only a specific area to blend in with the picture, and there's lots of contrasting backgrounds to it, or stuff surrounding it. And what it does is it takes a source point that you define, and it kind of just it blends it in with what you choose. I'll show you right now. It's kind of hard to explain. See, maybe we want it to look like this texture right here, and we just want to paint that over this boat so it looks like there isn't anything there. It's just like an open space. So what we want to do is press Alt and click on the source point, and that's going to just paint over the image with the source you wanted. And after you've done that, it blends it as best it can, obviously. And that's pretty good as it is. See? But maybe that's not good enough for you. You can just go to the spot healing brush or the patch tool. I'll just use the patch tool, and maybe you may sometimes maybe have to get in really close here and just drag it to where you think is good. Now you want to be careful with the patch tool sometimes, because if you patch it really close to a sudden change in color, it may start to blur a little bit. It didn't do that very much here, but it'll start to blur like the white here into the, I don't even know what to call this color, like a gray. And it doesn't look very good, so you just have to be kind of careful with that. And if you just add some finishing touches here, I'm just going to leave it at that, but obviously you can work on it some more if you want to. And we can go to fit on screen here, and it looks pretty natural from back here. I mean, obviously somebody isn't going to be comparing the two photos. I mean, they're just going to look at the finished product, right? So, I mean, this looks good for as it is. So, there you have it, how to remove small aspects of a photo in Adobe Photoshop CS4. Now I'm going to discuss why I've been gone lately and why we haven't been really making that many tutorials, and this, why that Connor guy is here. And basically, sorry, my brother just came in the room. Basically, my computer totally crashed because of a hard drive failure. I think it got a virus or something, I don't know, but we ended up taking it into a computer repair shop, and it turns out the hard drive was corrupted or whatever, and we had to get that repaired. But that took a couple days, but I wasn't able to pay the thing off for quite a while, so I've been out of business for about a month. So that's my problem. Marty, he has his jobs of fighting off the ninjas from my mansion, and it's an easy job, and he does it nicely, may I add. But I mean, this economy, the ninjas, they just don't have anything else to do, whatever. And lastly, Connor Burge, he's a really nice guy. I would ask you guys just to be nice to him. He's been making tutorials for our channel. He's a really hard-working guy. He's really nice, really down to earth. And yeah, he's just been making tutorials with us because he wants to help out, and he wants to get us started on his site so we could maybe start making some more money here to help you out, help you guys out. Because it's the community that matters, isn't it? No, it's the money. It's the money. Anyway, goodbye, folks.